行くぞ。
待って、全然おしゃれしてない。
十分おしゃれだぞ。
お詫びに好きなもの買ってもらうからね。
了解。指輪でも買うか。
指輪？それはまだ早すぎるんじゃないかしら。
Just to be clear, I would also choose Akane over the busty blonde girl. Now, the real reality here is Akane's biggest competition isn't Himari, the big double D melon girl. It really is 𝐒𝐶 the cousin. She's the biggest competition because I don't know what she's thinking. I think in her head, she's thinking like, go ahead, get married, have babies. I'll have babies too. I'll be there with you guys. I'll watch the kids for us all. I think that she, at least in my mind, 𝐒𝐶 rubs me as the type of crazy, at least the way that she seems to be depicted as she's written. She seems to be like, as Akane and Saito fall for each other, I don't think that she thinks that she won't be a part of this. She's like, I approve of you too, Akane. I'll be there. You want me to rub your back? We'll do it in the shower. You know, we'll go get the kids ready together. You know what I mean? Saito's kids, mine too. You know what I mean? Like, I think that she has this idea in her head that like Saito can go do whatever he wants, but she'll be there. Like you're not gonna separate. Baby, she'll have them. A marriage, you can have it. You know what I mean? I'll be the third. Like, I think that she really thinks that way. And I find it crazy, just to be honest. But I really think Akane's biggest competition isn't Himari. I think it really is 𝐒𝐶. Now, the content of this episode, I will tell you, I'm not a fan of when romance anime tends to do this thing of, you know, you have 2 friends or 3 friends and they're all interested in the same guy. But one is clearly winning or in a situation. One's clearly the MC, basically. And for whatever reason, they want to support the friend, but they aren't upfront with the friend of like, oh, I like him. For whatever reason, because they're tsundere or because they're too prideful, whatever it is, they can't say it. Or in this case, she can't say it and she can't tell her about the situation that she's in with Saito. Now, the unique thing that this show has is there's nothing stopping her from telling Himari about her situation with Saito. It's just this silent agreement that they have between Saito and Akane that they don't want to publicize to the school. Like, they don't want it to make it a thing. They wanted to keep it very in-house. But because it is her best friend, like, she should tell her. Like, my biggest ick this episode was, like, you know, she's sitting there with Saito Akane is sitting there with Himari, and Himari's talking about how much she likes Saito and everything else, and she's asking Akane, as she should, as a good friend should, asking for permission to not only like him, but to be able to pursue him. First off, Himari, amazing. That's how a friend should be, right? Like, if you're both interested in the same girl, you know, you should be very upfront with that. I've had friends in the past where we've been interested in the same girl and we kind of rock, paper, scissors for it kind of thing, you know? Or we both try and, like, we both kind of agree, okay, we're both going to kind of push the envelope and see which one she chooses kind of thing. There's a ton of different ways to go about it, but you're honest with your legitimate friends, especially if they're considered, like, your best friend. You're even more upfront with that because, like, that's like your, you know, BFF forever kind of thing. So she had a unique opportunity to be like, hey, I don't know if I like him or not, but here's the skivvy. Here's the deal. Here's what's going on. And I don't know if Himari would still even back off in that situation, per se. But I do genuinely believe that that would just put her in a different position on how she would want to go about it. And I think it's better for Akane to be upfront. Now, Himari, you could tell she still knows that there's something there. Like, Akane doesn't fight with him, doesn't push the envelope. Even before they live together, she doesn't seek to fight out with him for no reason. Like there's something like even Hamari can realize she likes him because you wouldn't waste your time, energy, or effort with somebody you don't like. Simply put, even if you hate somebody, like you don't waste your time and energy on them, really. So that's the thing is I'm not a big fan of when anime pushes, you know, they push that dumb, like, oh, you know, she doesn't know her feelings yet. You know, I hate when they do that. Now, I'm glad it ended by the end of this episode because Saito he heard all the stuff that Akane was saying about him. And he was like, oh, that kind of stings a little bit. But he's smart. Hamari asked him out. He says, you know, hey, I'm flattered, but I just don't think I just don't think right now kind of thing, you know? But he doesn't tell Akane. He tells her like, oh, yeah, she asked me out. And he doesn't say she said yes or he said yes or no or anything. He's just like, what do you think about that, you know? And because he gives her a non-answer to that. He gives her a yeah, I said yes, I said no. He plays it and he digs out of her real feelings of her crying and saying like, don't go and I'm your wife, whatever. And he's like, yes, that's what I wanted to hear. He's like, gotcha, bitch. You know, he's like, gotcha. And I was like, yes, my dude Saito, you're dense, but not completely stupid. So I was like, yeah, that scene alone won me over for the episode. I was like, okay, you took me through the trenches, but you got me to my destination safely. And then Akane at the end of the episode basically says, you know, I won't lose to you. You know, so that was okay as well. So yeah, overall episode was cute. You know, it did one of those tropes I'm not a fan of, but the end was adorable. So I love that. I love when Saito really tested her there. I thought that was a big win. So yeah. All right, friends, I'm going to see you guys next week. This was episode number 5 this week. So I'll see you guys for episode number 6. Episode number 6 next week is called Newlyweds First Date. So we about to make something happen. Saito said, yo, you want me to put a ring on it? She said, no. So I can't wait. All right, my friend, I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.